Namaste, and welcome to the new Soul Horoscope Superscope. My name is Christopher Witecki. I'm a soul biographer, and I'm also a modern mystic here to help you put the steps of your life together. I practice what I call step astrology. That's the idea that all the 12 signs are each good at one step. And really, we have to do 11 other steps besides the one that we are good at. But when you're an Aries or an Aries Rising, you're good at Step 9. Step 9 is taking action and moving forward. Now, as you well know, you can't just always take action, right? You have to also practice the other steps. Patience is one of them that's hard for you. I know. Don't worry. And where are you this week? Well, you are stepping into a new reputation in society. That's right. And this is really time. It's called context consciousness. How you relate to the world, in essence, is what we're talking about. And so the Rams are going to passionately connect to the world this week and passionately connect maybe to a new group or a new division of society. This might be you stepping up in society as far as a new title. This might be you stepping up into a new circle. If you're in high school, you might be hanging out with the cool, popular kids now. But the hard part of this, ultimately, is two areas. On the one hand, I think Mars, your home planet, is pushing for relationships to go forward this week. And so when it comes to things working out with relationships, you're actually a little impatient, just so you know. So you're going to want to really take a breath and hold space. That's step 0, I protect. You want to hold some space there and try to just hold back a little bit, not push others, but let things come into your place. You want to focus your action energy really on standing strong for yourself and being there for yourself emotionally. The other area you really want to focus on this week is innovating your ego's reaction. All right, so the way you respond is really important. Not just the way you respond to yourself, but the way you respond formally to others. Because we're moving into the Master Shui this week. We're moving into the part that's all about passion. It's all about moving along with the flow of our passion. And so you really have to be careful and step back and be aware before you act out or move forward. Now, there's going to be a full moon this week, and the full moon is going to be a tug-of-war, in essence, between your feelings about what your heart really wants and also the reality of where you are in society. And in some cases, it might be the push for you to really move forward and do what you have to do in society. So your heart might have to get kind of hurt, or you might feel left behind, or you might feel like something happened, or you're not going to have the opportunity to have what you want in society. So that full moon is your inner child getting really full of itself and kind of pouting, and that's for you to step forward and step into where you really belong. The truth is according to the law of attraction, we really belong where our heart says we belong. That's of like people. And the truth is the earth is a really big place, so the other 5,999,000,000,000, whatever, million, they can all go hang out together. You really just are looking for people where your heart gets along, and that's what Aquarius has to do with is uniqueness, your personal uniqueness. So looking at the week, the hard part's going to be really maintaining emotional boundaries with yourself. That's one area. Another area is going to be with not reacting the old-fashioned way. You're going to have to really be self-soothing and be there for yourself and be strong for yourself this week and present yourself in the world the way you want to be presented. And that tug-of-war may be some sort of a tug-of-war between what your heart wants and what a friend is saying or what a reputation is saying. And really, you should always go with what your heart wants, always, and that means sticking by your side first. Now, as far as career is a big deal, and careers where Aries are moving forward. But if you don't have the belonging, if you don't have your heart path, if you're not holding back the proper emotional boundaries with yourself, if you're not necessarily responding correctly, then career won't work out. Now, will it? So career is definitely happening, and we'll talk about here in this next segment that I have, which has to do with our VQ. What is VQ? Well, good question, Christopher. I will tell you. I'm talking to myself here. The Venus quotient is what I call it. It has to do with where Venus is in your particular chart when you were born. Everyone had Venus somewhere in the sky. This is what a big part of Mayan astrology is about the placement of Venus. And I call this the VQ, your Venus quotient. So each Venus happens in a different sign. If you were born with Venus in Aries, you would have a 9VQ. That's what I call it, a 9VQ, Venus in Aries. So you are a 9VQ. And the 9VQs are people that love kind of aggressively. They're people that usually make the first move, and 9VQs are usually impatient to wait for something good to come into the world. So for the 9VQs, if you have a 9VQ, you're going to find that a lot of your love potential right now is based on business and career. A lot of your ability to give and receive creatively, to give and receive in a love capacity is actually happening in career and in decision making. So the 9 VQs really have to focus on their future in order to have their emotional security. The 9 VQs might also find this week that there's some conflict between what they want in their career and where their relationships are, or where their romantic relationships are, in fact. So I think for, given where Venus is right now, the actual Venus herself in Capricorn, this week the 9 VQs really need to be decisive and wait to act wait to act until you know for sure. Even though you're the one to usually act first, the 9 VQs, you don't want to act too soon. That's my advice this week. Now, if you're interested in finding out what your VQ is, or you need help looking it up, we do have a group on Facebook for ladies at gavenus.me, and we have some volunteers there that'll help you look up your Venus if you don't already know where it is. I also have a video on that location, kind of talking people through the basics of this. It's like a new dimension that I'm bringing here to my horoscopes. And if you want anything else, I do want to remind you, come on down to soulmart.me. That's where all the super scopes are now located. So we've reorganized it. We have all of our shows there, and you might want to get a megascope. The megascope is where I will dive deep on the play-by-play of each day. It's only 11:11, and it keeps me on the air. All right, that's all I have for the Step 9s. I will see you in 7 days. Until then, live, love, be.